Welcome, everyone. I'm very proud to be presenting today's, last Thursday's release notes for the 25th of September, 2025. You may actually see some of the changes already on your screen. And one of the biggest changes is this new project assignment. So previously, when you would mark someone as absent for a project assignment, it would show up as red for just a regular absence. Here we can see, for example, that Jack Carlson is going to be absent for a doctor's appointment near the end of the day today. But we see that Dominic Benjamin is instead on a project assignment, and it's marked in this nice violet color for us, or lila. And we can see that he's going specifically as a trainer for the HVAC Level 2 training, and it's coming from the cost center US 001. Before you'll be able to use this, you'll need to create a list on the admin panel. And there's a specific structure for this list. If we take a quick look over here, we can see that here. First, the list needs to be named project_assignment, all capitalized, right? And there must be three specific columns: cost center, assignment project, and assignment type in what we call camel case. So lowercase for the first word and an uppercase for each word thereafter. They do not have to have an even number of entries into each. They just need to have all three of those columns in order for you to be able to fill in what will be in the drop-down list. And I'll quickly show you what that drop-down list looks like. So let's go ahead and actually assign Jolene as well to a project. If I right-click on Jolene, then we have this option to manage availabilities. We'll open that up. We'll go to add new availability. And it automatically selects an absence for us, but that's okay because project assignments are a type of absence. She won't be able to conduct regular tickets during this time. I'll come down here to the type of reason, and I'll select project assignment. And that's when our three drop-down lists show up for us. So we can open up and we can select what she will be doing. And she's going to be going to that HVAC Level 2 training. And it's going to be further development for her. And the cost center will be the same as before, US 001. And she will be there all day today. So we'll go ahead and mark her off as being absent from 08 until 1700. And it immediately popped up onto our screen for us. So now we can see that Dominic Benjamin will be there as a trainer, and that Jolene will be there as or for development. We can also see that Joseph is going to be working later today. He has an on-call duty. So if you aren't familiar with what on-call duty does, is it marks them visibly for dispatchers so they can see that this is the person we're going to assign tickets to outside of their normal working hours. So normally they conduct tickets between, in this case, 8 to 5, but Joseph will be staying on for some extra time today until 8 o'clock tonight to take care of any additional work or emergencies that come in. Down below on our ticket details, you can see I've chosen the attachments. And the reason for that is because we now have the ability to preview attachments. Before, you had to actually download the attachment to see what was there. But here we can see this pretty skyline here for us as an attachment. Of course, you would have something more relevant to your work. But we don't have to download this ahead of time to be able to see this. Now I can just click on it and preview it rather than downloading it and filling up my own hard drive. Another thing that you may have noticed if you've been playing around with the workplace is now if you click inside the workplace and use the arrows up and down, you'll see that we can choose between tickets. If I hit enter, then it will pull up that ticket instead, and so forth. Likewise, if I open up something, we'll say this before JPEG, if I open that up and I want to close it, I don't have to come up here to the X. I can simply hit the escape key, and now it just disappears for me. So I no longer have to go and find either the cancel button or the X to close it out. I can simply hit the escape key. It'd be a little bit of a time saver for you guys. Actually, let me go ahead and change here to our customers and devices, and we'll go ahead and select a customer. And we have this customer here in Nuremberg. Now, this customer here has devices assigned, and we see that there are actually there's 4 devices assigned to this customer. We see there's a docking station, a laptop, a monitor, and another monitor. And if that sounds familiar to you, that's just a standard workstation. If I select the laptop now, we'll actually see that those peripherals are also assigned to this device. So previously, when it came to custom objects, you had to assign relationships between different types of objects. But now we can have relationships that go to the same type of object. So now I can have devices that are related to other devices. In this case, it's a one-to-many connection. So many of these devices are connected to this laptop as a working station. But if I select the docking station, for example, it will only show the central device, the laptop, and of course the owner, because it's also connected to the owner. And we see how that's structured here. I've set up the peripherals as the relationship, and then I gave it a name, of course, and the field label with peripherals. And then below there, I specifically selected that it would be bidirectional, is active, and it would be bidirectional with the central device. So the central device is connected to everything, and everything is connected to the central device, but the peripherals are not connected with each other. You can have a one-to-many connection like I've set up here, or you can have a many-to-many connection set up. Think of like friends on Facebook. If you're friends with someone, then they're also friends with you. Same concept. Here, it's more like a supervisor and colleague relationship or a subordinate relationship, where the laptop is the supervisor and all of the peripherals are subordinate to it. And finally, we have here a new set of options for field or for input mapping. With input mapping previously, if there was information already on that field, any new information would be ignored. It would just be dropped, and it would be assumed that the information in there was what you wanted. Now we have the option to go ahead and overwrite existing values. So if you have information coming from another system, that information may be more accurate, or you may trust that system more so than the information is already there, and you can allow that system then to update that field there. There's quite a bit more that has been released for Fieldcode. If you go to the online manual and go to latest news, then you'll see our release notes here. So I discussed these already. Another thing that's changed, for example, and I'm unable to show it to you, unfortunately, because I don't have that many PUDOs, is the PUDO dropdown works better with a huge amount of PUDOs. So I don't have enough PUDOs to actually warrant this particular change, but some of our users do. And they have hundreds, maybe even thousands of PUDOs that they need to be able to search through and do so, or and find more information with. We've also cleaned up the ticket nudging, so that's all done through the workflow now. So if we come here to the admin panel, I'll go ahead and close here. And if I come here to the home and to workflows, then if I select basic and select the active workflow under validation, I can type in the ticket that I want to look for. We'll say 329, for example. And here we find ticket 329. And if I select the little destinations icon here, it looks like a compass. Then I can then push this ticket further down the line if I need to. So if a ticket is stuck in new status, for example, and you want to move it and you don't have a button in your workflow for moving from new status, then someone with admin rights can come in here and nudge that ticket for you. We also have some new releases for the FMA for on Android and iOS. On the FMA, we have now optimized for the latest SDK, so SDK 35 on Android 15, and we've enabled push notifications dialog as well. And for iOS, we have now optimized for iOS 26, and you can see some screenshots here of what that looks like. We've also added in a smarter form through which you can search and clean things up a little bit. If you are using iOS, you may have noticed a small glitch last week. That glitch has been cleared up. We'd had a hot fix for that on Thursday as well, and that should be working properly for you now. So you shouldn't be experiencing any more issues with iOS, either 26 or 18.5. If you are experiencing any issues with Fieldcode, whether it's through the FMA or Fieldcode Workplace, please write to support@fieldcode.com. Let us know, because the sooner we learn about it, the sooner we can investigate it and take action and get that fixed for you, in the rare occasion that does happen. Thank you again for your attention today. This concludes today's briefing regarding the release from the 25th of September 2025. Please feel free to write to support@fieldcode.com with any questions or concerns. Thank you and take care.